Hi, I'm Karen, and this is the story of how I did something really terrible to my cousin Jenny. Jenny is 10 years older than me, but we were really close and spent a lot of time together until she left our hometown for college. She was fun and really kind to me. I love her, as if she was my own sister. When I started college, I moved to the city and lived in Jenny's place. Jenny was glad that I moved in with her since we can do a lot of things together again. Jenny lived with her husband Tom, who was a successful businessman and looks really charming. He's a really likable person. Living with Jenny and Tom was really great. Jenny and I did a lot of fun things together, and they often took me to movies or nice restaurants on the weekends. One night, I was studying for an important exam. It was after midnight, but I still couldn't understand the materials. I went to the kitchen to have some snacks, and Tom was there. He asked me why I looked so stressed. Then I showed him all my books and notes. I was surprised that Tom actually really good at that subject, and his explanation were way better than my professor. It was the first time that I spent time alone with him, and the more we talked, the more charming he looked. That night, I was thinking more of him than my exam. Since that day, I tried many ways to spend time just with him. I pretended that I needed help with my schoolworks, went for a run with him in the morning, and I waited hoping that he would stay up late at night. Despite all of those efforts, I can only spend a little time with him as Jenny was always around. One weekend, Jenny went out with her best friend who was going to move to another city. This was my best chance, I thought to myself. That day, I went to a movie just with Tom, and later, he took me to a very nice dinner. That was the best date I ever had. Well, if you can call it a date. As we drive home, I was going to tell Tom about how I feel, but his phone suddenly rang, and it was Jenny, telling him that she has come back home. For weeks, I was looking for a good moment for my love confession, but Jenny was always with us. It was about the end of semester, and my parents asked me to spend summer with them. I was desperate to tell Tom before I go. Late night, before I went back to my parents' home, Tom was reading alone in the living room, and Jenny usually has asleep at this hour. I sit next to Tom and talk for a while. Then I finally confess my feeling to him and tell him that I wanted to be more than a friend or a sister. He looked shocked to hear that, but suddenly he looked really mad. I never expected what he's about to tell me. Is this how you repay Jenny? Do you know that she loves you as her own sister? He asked me so furiously. I've never saw him that angry before. I was so ashamed of myself and cried as I ran back to my room. On my way, Jenny was standing in front of her bedroom door. When I saw her sad face, I knew she must have heard everything. I didn't say anything and went straight to my room. I cried all night, and I packed everything as I don't expect to come back here ever again. I was disappointed with myself. How could I even think of betraying Jenny, who genuinely cared for me? At that time, I didn't even think about Tom. It was the feeling of losing Jenny that crushed my heart. And the worst thing is, I don't even have the courage to face her and apologize. Next day, I called a cab and planned on leaving quietly in the morning. I went to the front door and Jenny was there waiting for me. Her eyes were puffy. I thanked her for everything that she did for me and apologized to her. She didn't say anything, and as I walked through the front door, she called me and said that I can come back here next semester. I don't know if I can ever face Jenny again, but I know our bond has been broken, and I have learned the hard way about betraying someone who loved me.